Why should you care? A better understanding of the cost of cybercrime could help you bridge the gap between your own defenses and escalating creativity of threat actors. Along the side of the increased cost of cybercrime, which runs to an average of about 20 million for organizations in industries like financial services, utilities, and energy, attackers are getting really smart. Criminals are evolving new business models such as ransom as a service, which means that attackers are finding it easier to scale cybercrime globally. So, how do we go about building a cyber resilient business? A cyber resilient business brings together the capabilities of cybersecurity, business continuity, and enterprise resilience. This is about how we apply fluid security strategies to respond quickly to threats so it can minimize the damage and continue to operate even if we are under an attack. As a result, the cyber resilient business can introduce innovative offerings and business models securely, strengthening customer trust and growing with confidence. Being ready for anything is at the heart of cyber resilience. It's about shifting from reacting to anticipating. For too long, organizations have focused on building layers of protection for networks, systems, and data. These approaches are intended to enable detection and response. Although such techniques have value, they reflect a dangerous reality that we are letting the bad guys set the pace. It's time to shift the balance of power from the bad actors and back to us. First, we want to make sure that we understand what the bad actors want. They want to steal, destroy, and or modify our data and to implant a capability to take control over our systems or networks at the time of their choosing. While we can never predict exactly when or how adversaries might initiate an attack, what we can really do is make us hard to find, hard to attack, hard to damage, and in short, be resilient. Design systems so that even if the actors succeed in their endeavor, we can minimize the damage of their success and ensure continued operations. What's the difference between the leaders and the laggards? The leaders relative to the laggards have a fourfold advantage of stopping targeted cyber attacks. A fourfold advantage in detection speed, a threefold advantage in the speed of remediation, and a twofold advantage in containing damage impact. So what do they actually do differently? Leaders prioritize moving fast and choosing turbocharging technologies to help them get there. Example of them include artificial intelligence, next generation firewall, and security orchestration, automation, and response. Leaders also scale more, train more, and collaborate more to increase the value from innovative technologies, putting a greater emphasis in ensuring that they completely unleash the value of the investments and performing better at the basics of cybersecurity. So, what does a holistic approach look like? Number one, we look at being brilliant at the basics, which includes routine maintenance tasks such as patches, updates, and access permissions. Number two, embracing cloud for security. There may be many reasons to migrate systems and data to the cloud, but security can actually be the number one on that list. The cloud enables us to ensure we can use it as a shell game because a cloud native application not only gives us the advantage of elastic workloads, multi-zone computing, and multi-cloud strategies, it makes it exponentially hard for adversaries to find and harm us. That translates into real delivery assurance and resilience. Number three, implementing data-centric security goes far beyond traditional data security tactics. Possible techniques include encryption, tokenizations, segmentation, throttle access, marking, tagging, and strong identity access management, including automated access decisions. All of this will ensure that security is embedded in as a forethought rather than an afterthought. Number four, making sure security is by design, which ensures adopting DevSecOps practices and using automated scanning and testing to continuously identify potential vulnerabilities, including polymorphic coding techniques to help ensure that we reduce and shift the application surface attack. Number five, leveraging software-defined networking, including that that allow us to shape shift our network. This ensures that it becomes really hard to find us when we literally change routes mid-session, sending adversaries on a proverbial wild goose chase. Identification is the process of ensuring that we understand the impact of risk, which is essentially the scenarios that could impact our organization with respect to cyber threats. Prevention is really about the operating model, specifying the structure with people, organization, roles, tools, and processes that govern it. Detection is about aligning the tools to identify and detect threats along with the escalation and oversight necessary, which also includes the metrics to identify and ensuring that we are in a position to respond in a timely fashion in an event of an attack. Unless business leaders take effective action, there is a real risk that this lack of safeguards or a piecemeal approach to security can put trust and security at the forefront of business risk. To be clear, actors need only one lucky break, while defenders like us have to be constantly vigilant against any potential type of intrusion. The recommended course of action includes identifying and hardening high value assets, establishing which data is critical, making it difficult for adversaries to achieve their goals. Number two, build up defenses through network enclaves, creating environments to better monitor users and applications and block attackers. Number three, executing a hunting program, adopting a continuous response model, and use threat hunting teams to look for the next breach. Number four, use adversary simulation and catastrophic scenarios, running scenarios to validate adversaries and ensure that we have a practice in the game. Scanning applications, ensuring that high risk vulnerabilities and integrating security into the development cycle, patching systems on a regular basis, making sure that we limit monitoring and segmenting access, monitoring anomalous and suspicious activity, all the way to strategic and tactical threat intelligence will ensure that we not only prepare for the worst, but if the worst ever happens, we have a game plan to be resilient and bounce back effectively and quickly. Thank you for joining us, and we look forward to working with you in the near future.